Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as your eyes flit open. You manage to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. As you pull yourself out of bed, you can feel the soot and grime of the shawl mine still stuck in your skin. Oh, I wish I didn't now. I think I'm gonna be dirtier after this shower. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. The water is hot and surprisingly enough clean. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, you question: is Wayne watching me shower? I should think about this. I should be thinking about this. Oh, that was a quick shower. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Oh yeah, the opossum. Oh, there's two of them. You wave down at the opossums. They look up at you. Can I pet them? Against your better judgment, you reach out to the opossums, hand outstretched. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Maybe now they'll leave your dresser and return to nature where they belong. You walk over to the window, fondly thinking about the pleasant view it provided you on Monday. It's the same view. Great! That was worth it. Every time you see that though, your heart skips a beat. It hasn't moved, right? I guess I'll text them both. You pull out your phone and open up your group chat with Stella and Kanika. You send a photo of a pained old man. It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. You pull out your phone to text Stella. Thinking about you. I guess I'll text Kanika too while I'm at it. Hey beautiful. Oh, hello. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Does she know? Does she know I ate her ice cream? Frau glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-headed woman busies herself trying to tidy as best as she can. Tabitha's gaze swivels from the woman to you. Her glare intensifies. Hello? Good morning, I'm Janie. Just here to do my little weekly cleaning. Whatever cleaning Miss Tabitha will let me do, at least. I could have this place looking brand new, you know? Don't go making any big renovations or moving anything around. I like knowing where my stuff is. Okie dokie. It's so nice to finally meet you, Mer. I mean, I guess I did meet you on Monday when you popped into the diner. Jenny? But seeing someone somewhere and meeting them face to face are two completely different things, I suppose. Hey, all I'm trying to say is that it's wonderful to finally actually meet you, and I'm so happy part of the family is here to keep Miss Tabitha company. With everything that's Janie. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tabitha. Am I being too much again? Tabitha crumbles in acknowledgement. Any updates on Rosalina? Yeah, they had to take her foot. Can't say I'm surprised, but you're lucky that wasn't you. What were you thinking going down there without me? Oh. Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream, then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town, and every time I've left you here alone, something terrible wound up happening, so you're coming with me. Take her foot? Jesus, Tabitha, you're not mincing words. What, you'd rather I sugarcoat what happened? You'd rather I say, unfortunately, they weren't able to save her leg? That kid was brave, and she was horrifically punished for it. Sparing the grisly details does her a disservice for our own comfort. Now, shall we go, or would you rather keep bombarding me with guilt for something I had nothing to do with? Yay, cousin bonding time. Do you know what the word bonding means? We're not bonding. This is punishment. Yeah, hanging out with you seems like a real punishment indeed. Janie, look up when you leave, please. Don't go rearranging anything, I'll know. As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Mer, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. Couldn't have happened to nicer people. Why do you clean this place? Huh? I don't really ask myself that sort of question. It's a job, I get paid, and of course I've known the family for a while, so it seemed like a decent thing to do to make a little more extra money. Plus, maybe one of these days she'll let me really spruce up the place. Can you imagine it back at its full glory? It'd be a lot of work, but what a project. Keep dreaming, Janie. Thanks. Last night was a lot. If you ever need to talk to anyone, my husband is the local pastor. He's a gentleman and always willing to lend an ear. He's actually been going a little stir crazy ever since we moved here, with nobody really attending sermons. Probably do him a lot of good to talk to you through your worries. I'm not really religious. That's alright. My Daniel likes to talk with all sorts of people. He just wants to extend support to anyone who needs it. Feel free to stop by the church anytime. The door is always open. Enough dawdling. We're leaving. You and Tabitha walk through the doors of the estate and into her car. The ride to town is uneventful. Your cousin's unsurprisingly more focused on the road than on making conversation. We're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we doing at the general store? Picking up tea from Sybil. You drink tea? Yeah, whatever. I do a lot of stuff you don't know about. What a crazy girl. She drinks tea? I feel like I should be solving a mystery right now. A mystery? What mystery? The events of last night are pretty cut and dried. Like, come on. Is it more believable that the shaman collapsed because of mysterious unseen forces? Or is it more believable that it collapsed because it was a condemned mine that was unsuitable for human beings? People like Stella turn to conspiracy theories and the supernatural because they can't handle the truth that our world is ruled by chaotic forces that don't follow any kind of logical pattern. Bad things can happen to good people, suddenly, and for no reason. You can't choose to accept that, or you can live in denial. You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with stuff you never would have let me so much as think about. I'm sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms off, the door slowly drifting shut behind her. Oh. Ugh, other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. True strength is not being afraid to show when you're struggling. Being able to pick up things and put them down doesn't make you an expert on strength of character. Come on already, let's go. The bells of the general store chime as you cross the threshold. The smell of old wood and steamy herbal tea flood your senses, making you feel instantly at home. Good morning, you two. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Morning. Is the new blender ready? Of course. If you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Oh, so this is some private tea business. Sounds like your daughter is pretty mad at you, Sybil. She just needs a little time to cool down. Yesterday was a bit much for her, so I'm giving her some space. Sybil motions for Tabitha to follow, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. So, Miles, before you can finish your thought, you're halted by the tinkling of bells announcing another patron. Or in this case, another 2 patrons. Well, you've never seen the man beside Duke before, but whoever he is, he's big. If it ain't Meyer, Bo, this is Miss Scarlet's cousin. She was there with Stella that night in the woods. It's a pleasure to meet you, miss. My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. I feel like that voice fits him. Hope you've been faring better since all that unpleasantness. How's Birdie doing? Oh, she is hanging in there. We managed to cut that little critter out of her and stitch her back up, but she ain't happy about her situation. We got her set up in a closet with a heat lamp. Been trying to feed her all her favorite foods, scrambled eggs and whatnot. Birdie likes scrambled eggs? But she hasn't been too interested. At least she's not out in the woods. How have you been hanging in there? Oh, I can't complain. Now that we know that what's been getting at them chickens, them things won't so much as step foot on my property. Not with Bo and me watching the perimeter with our shotguns at the ready. We even set the missus up with her pistol. Good thing we was watching. Nearly caught Julius trying to make off with Big Betty. As if he could have carried off a nearly 2,000-pound pumpkin on his own. I'd almost love to see him try. It's not like we'll be taking her to the state fair anyway. Now all she's good for is making the world's largest pumpkin pie. I don't think Mama has a tin big enough for a Big Betty-sized pie, Daddy. Big Betty is a pumpkin? Sure is. Probably would have taken home at least a few ribbons at the state fair this year. Maybe even a world record if we were lucky. Ah, well, my hands are more important. We'll just have to grow an even bigger one next year, Daddy. The land's been good to us. We sure grown them big out on the Callaway farm. Have you seen any of the creatures around your farm? Yeah, we saw a few of those things. They got scared off before I could start shooting. That's the little buggers. We've all been losing sleep making sure we can keep an eye on things. It's even rubbing off on the hens. None of the little ladies have been laying this week. You know, Daddy, I bet some big master could keep things away. Maybe it seems like just the kind of job for a guard dog. Now, don't you start again. We ain't getting a dog. I got enough mouths to feed, and as much as you say you'll take responsibility, I know it'd be me cleaning up after it. Besides, I don't have much faith in those things would be stopped by a dog. Leave you to it then. It was a pleasure running into you, Mer, but we best get on with our shopping. Can't spend too long away from the farm, what with those little devils running around. Can't leave Mama all by herself up there for very long. You have a good one. Hope Scarlet Hollow treats you better from now on. It was nice meeting you, Mer. And please tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about him, Mama. Bye, please leave. Get out of my face. They shuffle off into the aisles. Tabitha and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Oh my god, hey, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. Meet at the library after and I figure out a plan. And then it buzzes again. Hey again, lol. I've been thinking about you too. If you wanna come over for breakfast? Oh, so she privately texted us to come over for breakfast? Oh, so that was the group text. Okay. Then it buzzes yet again. Somebody was busy this morning. Sliding into the DMs, are we? Yeah. If you wanna hang out before the library thing, I'm parked in the abandoned lot by the gas station. It's hard to miss. I'm gonna have to choose consequences of my actions. You have plenty of time before dinner at Reese's house. I could check in on Oscar. Go to the diner to see Avery. Or wait for Tabitha. Huh. I'm gonna save right here. Just in case, you know? Huh. Kanika, Stella, Oscar, Avery, or just Tabitha. I'm thinking Avery. Maybe. Avery's cool. Fuck it. Let's go with Avery. The diner is busy, but its vibe different than the past 2 days. Its atmosphere muted and serious. The miners glance up at you with suspicion. Hey, good to see you alive and well. You caught me at a good time. Break just started. I heard about what happened last night. The diner has been buzzing all morning, so I've been hearing a lot of things. Seems like those fellas back there are getting pretty riled up. It might be a good idea to give them some privacy, especially considering, you know, who you're related to. How about we take some biscuits to go? There's a little garden next door. I think you might like it. I like it anyway. I only came to see you, anyway. A little alone time sounds wonderful. You wanted to hang out with me? What a coincidence. I was hoping to hang out with you today too. Everyone wants to hang out with me. 2 biscuits to go, if you don't mind, Sal. The sour-faced cook nods and sets a box on the counter. See you out, Vinny. Don't take my Avery into any trouble, Murray. But what if I am trouble, though? What if I'm the trouble? Okay, ew. What the fuck is wrong with me? I've heard about what you've been getting up to, and if anything happens to them, you'll learn the true wrath of a southern woman. We'll be sticking around the neighborhood unless a sinkhole opens up. I can't imagine there's much trouble to get into, and this is the spot. It's a public garden I've been putting together. It was just an empty lot when I first moved here, but Vinny said it was okay for me to mess with it. So when I'm stuck in a rut with work or music, I come here and dig around in the dirt, just organizing the chaos for a while. Okay. Mother Nature over here. But I don't think we came here to talk about my side projects. I've been hearing some absolutely wild stuff about last night. I mean, I don't know how much you overheard in Diana, but it seems like the miners are planning a strike. Against me? Little old me? Some of them have been saying that the old mine is haunted too. That ghost caused the collapse. Oh, okay. And that there's some guy walking around claiming to be a dead man? Yeah, about that. I've heard about what happened to Oscar's kid too. What really went down last night? Oh god. About the strike. I'm no snitch. I mean, I was, like, last episode, but not this one. I'm a whole new person. Wait, the workers are striking? Yeah, and all it took was a little Rosalina being hospitalized. Honestly, it was a long time coming. The strike, that is. May the strongest win? What? You don't like rooting for the underdog? Tell you what, I'll root for the miners, and you root for Tabitha. Loser owes the other a coffee. Why do I have to root for Tabitha? That's not fair. Which is free for me, of course, but the world is never really fair, is it? Okay. I guess I'll fill him up. Not in a weird way. Not in a weird way. You do your best to sound sane as you fill Avery in on all the details of what happened in the mines, the knocking, the ghostly figures of dust and light, the strange episode with the stone, and of course, the violent way it all ended. Holy shit, between this and all the stuff that happened in the woods, it's like this town personally has it out for you. It must be my scarlet blood. It's like a curse or something. Guess you should have stayed in Summoners. Shut the fuck up. I keep forgetting to put that as the place I'm from. Scarlet Hollow clearly has bones to pick with you. Family, am I right? Sucks that just sharing genetics with someone is enough to oh my god, stop using fake words! Inextricably tie you together forever, even beyond the grave. Road punches. Would it be bad to say I have been having a good time? Like me, not me being there, but like, you know. Would it be bad to say that I've actually been having a good time this week? Avery smiles coyly. It is kind of exciting, isn't it? I just wish I weren't hearing about it secondhand. Seems like that's how I hear about a lot of things in town. Can we invite Avery to us with for the next like cave hunts or whatever we're doing around here? I guess I should be glad I haven't been in the middle of all that. But I kind of want to know what the. But I kind of want to know. Oh my god! I guess I should be glad I haven't been in the middle of all that. But I kind of want to know what those ghost miners look like. You know? Well, I didn't see them. Oh, I did see them. I had a vision. I think I want to have seen those awful little things that live in the woods. It's not like I'm hoping anything else happens, but if you get the feeling that it might, drop me a line, okay? You want to trade places with me? You can be the stranger who just came to town and brought hell with them, and I'll be the charming diner employee with a bunch of interesting patterned shirts. Oh, you think I'm charming? Yeah. Seriously though, it wasn't too long that I was in your shoes when it's the hell part. Vinny was more welcoming than Tabitha, but other books, not so much. It's not like Charlotte was a huge shitty. It's not like Charlotte was a huge city, but you think I just came from somewhere like New York. I'd trade places with you in a heartbeat. A quiet breeze passes over you. Is everything in this garden yours? I mean, technically, it's a public garden, but yeah, pretty much every piece of green you see here is something I've planted myself. Green thumb. Once my house filled up, I had to direct all that energy somewhere. Bro loves plants, so I put all of it into the vacant lot next to the diner. I didn't make the frames or the benches. That was Julius, but everything else was me. A lot of these are the native plants that were already growing in the lot, though I couldn't help but add a few of my personal faves. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Shut the fuck up. What is wrong with you? Hello? Sorry. Hydrangeas and begonias and that sort of thing, and plenty of beds for edible plants. And I'm about to put in a bunch of mums. Mums? Huh. What with the seasonings changing? Just doesn't feel like autumn without them. Julius was that guy in the back of the diner, right? That he is. He's there most days reading his newspaper and drinking a pot's worth of coffee. Must have had something going on this morning. I haven't seen him yet. And you're friends with him? He's a bit of a strange dude. I'm not sure if I could call him a friend, though I'd like to. He's more like some sort of misanthropic wishing granting. No. I can't say I talked much to the guy when I first got here, even though he's in there so often. But one day I was chatting with Winnie about how I was looking for a bench for the garden, and the next morning there was sorry. Another jump scare for you. You're welcome. A hand-carved bench sitting in the garden. I thought it must have been Winnie, but that day I brought Julius a coffee. He asked me if I liked the bench. I said yes, and he grumbled, "You're welcome," before going back to his paper. He did it a lot after that. He did it a lot after that. I mentioned something I needed to Vinny, and sure enough, the next day it'd be waiting in the garden. Julius and I talk a little more these days, and I've been to his house to help him out too. Seemed only fair, trading some pruning and yard work for new garden beds. But he's a man of few words. He strikes me as a bit of a loner. Maybe he feels some kind of kindred connection between us. I don't know. Huh. Duke mentioned him too. They have some kind of rivalry or something, right? Yeah, they hate each other. Julius is always sneering about what Duke's been up to. Duke got a new shovel, or replaced the shutters on his windows, maybe planted something too early for the season. You can bet Julius will be muttering about it. Old people stuff. I don't see Duke much, so I wasn't sure if it was a mutual situation, or if the ancient family blood feud was just a Julius thing. I don't even know what it's about. I guess that's how blood feuds work, though. Eventually, you'll forget why you're mad, and you're just mad. Does he not have a job? I don't know. Doesn't seem like the kind of thing you'd ask somebody. I kind of assumed his job was farming. I've seen his fields, but I can't really comment on whether they look good or not. He seems to get by, though. If you're brave enough to ask him next time you see him, be my guest. I guess I get what you see in him. I love a tough nut, too. Nice, you get it. There's something about winning over Carmudgeon. Feels like an accomplishment. I count myself lucky to be one of the few people he's willing to be friendly with. Do lots of folks come here? I come here, and that's enough for me. Handful of other folks every now and then, too. What kind of plants do you have at home? Avery laughs. A lot. It's practically a jungle. For say, a gift. Any plants I should avoid? A gift? You don't have to go all that... A gift? You don't have to go to all that trouble. For one thing, there's nowhere in town to buy any, unless you get them from me. And besides, I should probably get you something. You're the one who's in town because of a family tragedy. But just in case it ever comes in handy, the only kind of plant that's never done it for me is succulents. I need something that reminds me it's living. It's a living thing, with wants and desires, not a fancy kind of rock that I water every now and then. Don't tell anyone I said that. Folks in town keep getting me succulents as gifts, and I don't want them to think I don't appreciate the gesture. Who's been getting you plants? Who's been getting you plants? Anyone I should be jealous of? No, definitely not. Aunt Vinny and Stella both got me succulents for Christmas last year. I barely touched them. They're still sitting on a shelf with the bows on them, and everything, looking exactly the same as the day I put them there. I appreciate the thought, I really do, but I need more action than a succulent can provide. More action, you say? Do you have a favorite? It'd have to be my dragon scale alocasia. I'll admit it, it's partly because it's called dragon scale, like it's some plant from a fantasy world. Do I have to keep talking about plants? It's also cutting from one of my online plant friends. There's a plant community. Life got pretty busy, so we don't talk much anymore, but every time I look at the plant, it reminds me of that someone cared enough to package it up and send it to me. Plus, the leaves look like big, puffy cartoons. Excellent quality on plants. Why do you have so many, though? That's a fair question. It all started with a pothos. I thought it would help me... I thought it would help make my apartment feel less lonely and empty if I could manage to keep it alive. Then I got adventurous, got a few more. Then I joined a few plant communities online. It became a way to connect with people, and the plants became a way I could remember that there was someone out there who was thinking about me, even if they were just someone I swapped cuttings with. So, yeah, it got a little out of hand, but there's still some space for humans in there for now. Alright. You mentioned music when we first got here. Are you a musician? Yeah, I've got a SoundCloud and everything. He's a SoundCloud rapper. It's pretty much what I want to do with the rest of my life, whether it winds up being profitable or not. What do you play? Synths? I've got 3 of them, and I'd have more, but I promised myself I'd only add... I've got 3 of them, and I'd have more, but I promised myself I'd only add to the collection when I'd master the ones I already have. I started with bass guitar, though don't ask me why, the bass just called to me. I'd love to hear your stuff sometime. Oh, thanks. I'll send you the link. Oh, thanks. I'll send you the link, but you'll hear some at the party this Saturday if you swing by. Also, don't worry if it's not your kind of thing. I don't expect everyone I know to vibe with it, so no pressure. Do you ever jam with locals? Play folk music with them? For sure. Every month the musicians in town get together for a song circle. It's one of my regular social events. I bring my bass and strum along. Julius is there with his banjo, and even though it's a bunch of older country folks, they seem genuinely happy to see me there. I think they're thrilled that a young person is helping to carry on these traditions. I guess I'm like insurance that these songs and the way they play them aren't just going to vanish. How does that make you money? That's a good question. It doesn't. There's a lot of musicians out there. I've definitely struggled to be heard over so many other people. But it doesn't have to make me money. If there's anything I've learned about from Stella, it's that making a career of what you love doesn't always bring the kind of fulfillment you'd expect. So long as I can balance a job and music, I'd rather let music continue to be my joy rather than my livelihood. Old Southern people are chill with you. There's a politeness with a lot of old Southern folks. If they don't like you, but you're all in polite sitting together, they might be a little off, but it's not like they come at you with pitchforks. And honestly, they like my vibe. That's not always true, though. Especially... That's not always true, though. That's not always true, though. Especially when you're not in a polite setting. But once people find out Vinny's my aunt, they usually wind up sneaking back with apologies. What do you honestly think about this town? It's definitely quiet. You tend to have to give something for yourself to do, hobbies or odd jobs, to try and stay busy, but it still gets boring. You don't tend to meet many new people, or try new things, but it's cheap, and Vinny pays me a much higher wage than I'd make in the city. So I'm gonna stick around, save up, maybe eventually I'll move someplace else. I don't like to think I'll wind up stuck at the diner for the rest of my life, but I don't know where I'd move either. Seems like I make good friends here. Oh sure, Kanika's friendly, though she's usually busy with the store. And Stella, she's one of the nice people I know, and she stops by the diner at least a couple of times for a week for biscuits while she works. But I still don't feel like I know her. It's like she has some kind of wall up. It's the same for a lot of folks around town, honestly. Most of them grew up together, so they don't talk about the tougher parts of their lives. They just know each other too well. And someone like me, a transplant, they don't trust, doesn't know about any of it. Oh, there we go. And it's not my business task. So I'm polite, I do my job, I go home, I take care of my plants, I wake up the next day and do it all again. In a town full of friendly strangers. You sound unhappy. I wouldn't say that. This is the happiest I've ever been. And it's not like I'm all alone. I have Aunt Winnie. Still, as great as she is, there are things you don't want to talk about with your aunt. So I guess I'm not unhappy, just a little lonely. Still has walls, but she's so friendly and open. She does seem that way at first, doesn't she? But you notice them after a while. Think she doesn't quite say, think she's hiding. I don't even think she knows what she's doing yet. She's one of those people that tries to pretend bad things never happened. Like, she's trying to live in a world where they didn't. I don't know if that helps her. She does seem to be doing that a lot. Because there are still ways that it comes out, like the car thing. But if you try to talk to her about it, walls. We hung out with Kanika all day yesterday. She seems to have time. Wow, you got her to leave her post for a whole day? That's how you know what's going on in this town is serious. She's usually either working or too exhausted from work to hang out. You seem to get along with Sybil. That's more of a business relationship. We only ever talk about tea, maybe the weather if she's feeling chatty, so I can't say I actually know her, and Avery glances around before continuing. I don't know if you feel the same way, but there's something strange about Sybil. I can't get a read on her at all. I feel like she makes it impossible to really get to know her. She's one suspicious grandma, right? But she's still one of the nicest people I know. Always has time to chat, remember things I say. One of the only people in town who does. Maybe that's why I'm picking... One of the only people in town who does. Maybe that's what I'm picking up. One of the only people in town who does. Maybe that's what I'm picking up on. That southern charm where someone goes out of their way to make you feel special. Have you thought about befriending my cousin? She's a bit of a loner. That's creative. I like it. Honestly though, I thought she even knows my name. I wouldn't know hers if your family didn't practically own the town. But if I got Julius to like me eventually, well, I suppose anything is possible with perseverance. I don't know, people here seem fine to me, at least some of them. Sure, everyone here is fine at first, welcoming and polite. What I'm talking about runs deeper than that, though. It takes more than a couple of days for it to set in. Oh, I could invite him! Want to come ghost hunting with us tonight? Me and Stella and Kanika are gonna ghost bust Oscar's house. I think around sundown. Ghost hunting? Yes, definitely. I didn't believe in ghosts before, but with the sort of freaky stuff Scarlet Hollow has been throwing at you this week, I'm prepared for anything at this point. Thanks for thinking to invite me. I really appreciate that. Enjoy a quiet moment. You let the breeze wash over you as you enjoy a quiet moment in Avery's garden. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Almost forgot. It's Major Jimmy Day. Good excuse to head over to the library. We should check in on Oscar. Meet y'all there in half an hour. I totally blanked on that. Been having a weird foggy morning. Well, that they're still doing the Major Jimmy thing even after last night. Do you think news has spread yet? But yeah, we should go see Oscar. See y'all soon. There's a lot of text. It's Major Jimmy Day? Oh, it's Major Jimmy Day. He's one of the best parts of living here, honestly. I've still got a little bit of time to kill before my shift starts back up, and I'm sure Aunt Winnie won't mind. Let's get over there before there's too much of a crowd. You and Avery make your way to the library. It's busier than usual. A small crowd has already formed in a corner of the main foyer. Oh, Hamer, and Avery too. Hey, can't believe I'd almost forgotten about Major Jimmy Day. Thank God we have something to do this morning. My family's been driving me nuts. Yes, the whole gang's here. And Avery too. I've been waiting to introduce Mur to the mayor for like the entire time I've known her. I never gotten to introduce someone to the mayor before. It'll be worth it. Trust us. Alright, shall we? He's a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. You haven't met the serious man by his side, but you have to assume that he's the mayor's handler. He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. It's lovely to meet you, Mr. Mayor. You reach forward to take Mayor's little paw into your hand, but his burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking, only head pats and ear scratches allowed. What the fuck? What is this? Isn't he just the cutest? It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all my friends and Venus Biscuits. Oh, and the close-knit small-town community, of course. But having a dog mayor is a close fifth, no contest. He's pretty cute too. It's almost like he really thinks he's the mayor. The way he sits all regal like that. Avery turns to you conspiratorially. Though, to be honest, I voted for Daisy in the last election, but don't tell him that. Whoa. Gretchen squirms and still arms, straining to get at Major Jimmy. Hey, whoa, Gretchen, calm down, old girl. You're gonna pull a muscle. Miss Richmond, I'm gonna have to ask you and your dog to step away from the mayor. I should have known better. These two have never been able to get along. Stella walks off, struggling to hold Gretchen back. Kanika and Avery are quick to follow. Great, good. That was fun. It looks like everyone else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck.
Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say?
Great, perfect.
I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Mur. Everyone's been buzzing about you.
So this is Jenny's husband.
I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now.
I don't believe in an afterlife.
I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully one of these days you'll come around. If you ever like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open.
He is creepy. Janie mentioned it this morning.
That woman is the light of my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through this rough patch.
Hey, do you know anything about ghosts?
Ghosts? I've never encountered one myself, but I have heard stories of folks who have been visited by their loved ones from beyond the grave. And it seems like it provides them with a sort of spiritual healing.
Holy shit, that voice makes my throat hurl.
Like their beloved relatives are watching over them, even in death. Is this about Perlan? Or perhaps your mother? Have you been visited by her?
I should go. It was nice meeting you, though.
Of course. And if you find yourself in need of counseling or spiritual guidance, you know where to find me.
I'm not really religious.
There's no need to have a religious background. Counseling is much more about giving people an opportunity to be heard. I'm not going to try and convert you or anything. I just want to help to support the fine folks of this community and their families in any way I can. And that includes you. No pressure, of course, but if you ever feel like you're struggling and could use a good listener, you know where to find me. It was lovely to meet you, and you're a blessed tamer.
Yeah, bye. Get out of here. Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions. Oh my god. Poor Rosalina. I can't even imagine how scary this has been for her. She seems in high spirits right now, but they got her on some pretty strong pain medication, so I'm not sure she's going to feel when that wears off. And it was the whole foot? Yeah, it's bad, but she's alive. We'll both be able to move on from this. We just have to get through the tough parts first. I should have done more for her. No, you don't have to beat yourself up over this. She's actually been talking about you all morning. She's really happy that you were able to help her and all her little friends. She keeps saying how much she wants to bake you a cake. Of course, we need a real kitchen for that, not just a hot plate. I'm sorry to cut our conversation short, but I better get going. I was only supposed to come back to pick up a few things, but then the hospital called and said there's been some big bus accident on the highway and they need the bed, so I have to go pick her up. Even though our house is still haunted, the only place she can lie down until then is a dirty back room that drove her away in the first place. And Major Jimmy Day is happening. Sorry, I'm just a little overwhelmed. It's okay, Oscar, we're here to help. Yeah, we're gonna get that ghost. If you'd like, we could cleanse your house while you go pick her up. Seems like a good idea to do it while the sun is up anyway, right? If only, but it doesn't come out during the day. So any cleansing attempts are going to have to wait until nightfall. I'm still not even sure we can get rid of it at all. I think I'd have to see for myself that it was gone. It managed to trick me a couple of times, and I can't handle any more surprises right now. I've got every ghost hunting device known to man. You're in good hands, Oscar. Oh, she even has like a little brooch. Okay. We have the power of friendship on our side. Don't worry, Oscar. We'll fix this. Heck yeah, we will. Yeah, whatever this is, we'll get to the bottom of it tonight. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. I'm heading out. It should be dark by the time we get back, so I suppose I'll see y'all then. Oscar hurries off, car keys jingling as he jogs out the door. Let's head up to Reese's. Maybe we can get him to come ghost hunting with us. I'm not so sure about that one. Oh no, you're not gonna try to get Dr. Kelly to let him leave the house, are you? She'll kick us out for even asking. I wonder if he even knows what happened last night. I don't know how disconnected he is from the news around the town. Geez, should we tell him? It's always better to know about stuff like this. Withholding information and trying to keep people in the dark on purpose doesn't really help anyone. That's my opinion, at least. Anyway, you'll have fun at Dr. Kelly's place. Catch you tonight in the haunted house. See ya, Avery. Anyways, shall we? Time to go. So, I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time until he tried to pull you aside about grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. He wouldn't stop leaving these little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many. That's all I have to say, really. I met him. He has been met. I have no opinions on the man. He was a bit creepy, but yeah. Wow, really? I've always thought he makes me a memorably skin-crawling first impression. He has the tendency to stick in people's minds for one reason or another, and they're almost never good reasons. The man was grinning through all of my dad's funeral. As far as I'm concerned, he's a ghoul. And I don't mean that in a stigmatizing mental illness kind of way. There's just this little siren that goes off every time I see him that tells me to get away from him. That's exactly how I would describe it too. The whole town feels the same way. Now that I think about it, he must be pretty lonely. He can look for friends somewhere else. Do you mind if I invite Tabby to ghost hunting? I can invite her secret? I don't think we want her there at all, no. Alright, shall we head out? The three of you leave the library for an early dinner at Reese's. You once again find yourself in front of Reese's house. A cold hesitation grips you as the building looms over the hilltop. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. There's just extra time you get to spend together. Okay, but what if she yells at us? It's too late. The door swings open. Hey. Hello, Reese. Reese. Oh my god, dude, it's been ages. You must be Myr, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I got all the Myr updates. That's sweet. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Stella was supposed to leave the dog home. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella, and you brought the dog. Great. Yeah, I thought you might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave her some treats. You know I always have some kind of easy chew dog turkey stashed away. But we go everywhere together. Do you want to come in or not? Oh, yeah, okay, I'll stay here. Kanika nervously tucks Stella away towards the van. Well, what about you, Mer? Are you coming in? Sure. This is not gonna be awkward at all. You follow Reese and Dr. Kelly inside. Stella and Kanika aren't far behind you. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced you'd wandered into a real estate showing. So, how can I lend you a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only thing left are the rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner and you can leave my house and go about your business. But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new hire. We still have some time now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? I have a feeling Dr. Kelly is abusive. Maybe. Not that bad. You can still see the floor. Yeah, that's how I feel about my room too. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I thought it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. Cool, we'd just be downstairs. You won't even know we were here. You make your way towards the basement stairs. Let me examine this one. It seems Reese is an artist, that's for sure. That's really cool. This looks like a ditchling. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourself comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately, haven't been cleaning much. Do you need us to break you out of here? I don't think your mom could stop me. If you ever need a model, I'm here till Monday. Oh my god! I can't not say that, dude. If you ever need a model, I'm here till Monday. That would be amazing, though I should warn you, I work odd hours. I don't usually pick up a brush until late at night. But if that's not a deal breaker, it would be incredible to have such a captivating model. I look forward to the company, and I hope I can do your likeness justice. Maybe we could all come. Wouldn't that be fun? Kanika's eyes dart uncomfortably towards the floor. Stella is absolutely cockblocking. Do you need us to break you out of here? I don't think your mom could stop me. I don't know. The dog's pretty resourceful. Besides, I'm stuck inside for my own good. Are you sure there's nothing we can do? Your company is plenty. It's so nice to have living people down here for a change. You know, we'd visit more often if your mom let us. Did she tell you she turned us away yesterday? She said we couldn't even talk to you. It's a little controlling. You came by yesterday? She didn't tell me, but I was probably asleep, that's all. She didn't want to wake me up. I didn't think that's her being controlling or anything. Not to cast any doubt on that, but she did say I couldn't bring you any food. She knows that's how I show my friends how much I appreciate them, and she knows I can work around all kinds of allergies and intolerances. Not gonna lie, it felt weird. I don't know, my body is pretty particular when it comes to food. She just prefers to have full control over what I eat, so... okay, maybe that does sound controlling. But it's For a good reason. If I eat the wrong thing, it could really mess me up, so she has to regulate my food. So, has Stella told you about everything that's happened the past couple of days? Every detail. I wish I could see some of it myself, but you know, he gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The dog isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick, you know that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. There's nothing to apologize for, and I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. But we were talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me personally if she wasn't like that towards everyone, or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. I'll pass, thanks. What do you think's going on with Wayne? Who? You know, that guy who's been following Myrrh around, being all ominous? Oh, yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he has going on. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look for all our sakes. You think the town is doomed? I think everyone is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. I mean, you'll have 2 windows. 3, 4, maybe 4. You're asking for too much, man. There could be rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the dog didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you though? I mean, yeah, I'd hope so. But the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. Do you have any thoughts on the ditchlings we've been seeing? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. Oh. Wait, really? Is that why you texted me that they looked like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same thing until just now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. Oh wow. I thought this one looked like a ditchling, but these are actually ditchlings. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? I don't know, but I like the company. Oh, they're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. I agree to disagree with you there. Those things are gonna be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. Your whole situation's gotta be rough, sorry. Thanks, but I've been dealing with this thing for a while, so you don't have to feel sorry for me. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life is going to be. Haha, you're so macabre, Reese. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's been getting worse. I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there are worms crawling on it underneath it. I could live for a long time or a short time. No one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable, but one day I'll wind up in a pine box just like everyone else, and I'm okay with that. Damn, Reese, I may be a goth, but that's some real nihilistic shit. We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? Sure. Thanks, guys, but you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine, really. What's your diagnosis, if you don't mind me asking? I don't mind, though the answer isn't very illuminating. But a whole mess of nasty little things that add up to one big diagnosis of bad genes. Guess I pulled that losing card in the DNA lottery. And hey, it isn't all bad. Some of it is just weird, like this. Hyperelasticity. Kinda cool, right? I guess, bro. Whoa! Does that not hurt? Nope. It feels fine. Like I said, it gets itchy under my skin sometimes, but I don't know if that's the elasticity, the medicine, or some other part of my condition. Your art. It's so emo. It's exquisite. Thank you, Mir. I don't really make my art for other people, so it's always a nice surprise when it resonates with someone, especially considering how personal these pieces are. I love the art though. I love this art style. I think it's so cool. Having other people look at them sometimes feel like I'm having them look over a raw wound. You know, I've still got that painting I stole from you back in high school. I even took it to college with me. You make good stuff, dude. Oh no, you should get rid of that old thing. It's ancient. Knowing there are people out there who might see something I made in high school is horrifying. No way. It's rad, and people compliment it all the time. You could gain a real following if you ever posted these online, you know? Nah, I think I'm okay sticking to a sparsely populated late night live streams. That's all the social media I can handle. I don't know how you do it, Stella. Having to exist in front of all these people all the time, knowing some version of you lives in their heads, knowing they expect something out of you that you might not be able to give them. Okay, but if the only time you ever put your art on display is a live stream during school hours, when am I gonna be able to see what you've been working on? Tell you what, when I die, I'll leave you my paintings. Then you can see them all. And maybe they'll be worth millions since I'll be dead. I'd be able to rest easy knowing someone had retroactively given my life a value. That's quite a moving collection you got there. Got any Rex? Let me think. Oh, have you heard of Shi no Chi? Deathblood. I saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. We could even put it on after dinner if you guys are interested. Damn, I would usually be down for that, but we gotta head over to Oscar's after this. We promised we'd ghostbust his place. He's apparently been dealing with a bad haunting. And I feel like we should really be there for him tonight, considering everything that's happened. He and Rosalina both need our support right now. I'll take a rain check on that movie though. Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I'm free tomorrow night. Same goes for Mer. I should probably work tomorrow, but I can close up early. So you three go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. The school here is a tiny K-12, not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks and were stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Not that we were free from dealing with jerks, like a certain Scarlet I could name. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you, the way she used to look at me, you'd think I rolled in something foul every morning before school. Same here, though to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it though. Want to come ghost hunting with us tonight? Oh wow, do you think you'd be down for that? We'd love to have you. That would be so amazing, but I haven't had the best luck leaving the house lately. Even just walking to town is enough to put me in bed for a week. It sucks. But make sure you bring your camera, Stella. I want to see everything that happens. Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you all wash your hands with soap. I don't want anyone sharing their germs. Sure thing, Doc. Yes, ma'am. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different, older house, but more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it. Something dark and cold. Something that reminds you of the dusty tunnels you narrowly escaped last night. An oppressive hum just behind your hearing fills the air, and you feel strange. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. What should I do? I'm not sure, but I think I should open the door. Before you know it, the doorknob is turning in your hand, your heart full of both deep dread and a compulsive need to know what might be on the other side. What do you think you're doing? Well, there's something compelling about this door. Oh, I'm looking for the bathroom? So you pass by the open door that's clearly a bathroom and went snooping around? Come on, get washed. Everyone's waiting on you. Return to the door. You won't let her interrupt you. You need to know what's up behind that door. Oh, no you don't. Come on, wash your hands and sit down. She grabs you by the shoulder, yanking you away. You do as she says, cleaning up under her watchful eyes and allowing yourself to be ushered back to the table and away from the door. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you at the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. It's a position of authority, where her height gives her a vantage point over everyone else. No one at this table does anything without her noticing. It almost feels like, despite the presence of your friends, this is strictly a conversation between you and the doctor. Pills. She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He obediently swallows them. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands, and if you ever want any tips on easy home-cooked pasta sauce design, No thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. You didn't tell me they came by yesterday. You were asleep. I didn't want them to wake you up, but you could have told me. Why? They were coming over today anyway. I would just rather know these things. Noted. Does no one in this town have two parents? What exactly does he have? He has a combination of genetic diseases that give him a fragile immune system, among other things. It's too much to get into, a lot of technical terms that I'd have to explain. It's not good dinner talk, and it can't be pleasant for him to have to hear it again, so let's drop it. I'm fine talking about it. I'd rather we talk about something else. You can feel the tension at the table start to rise. It must break your heart having to isolate your son from the world like this. It's just another unfortunate side effect of his illness. Both of us have just had to come to terms with it. It's not the life I wanted for him, but it's the life he has to lead. Maybe he doesn't have to. Ow, jeez, Kanika, your boots are heavy. Sorry, Dr. Kelly. We're totally respectful of Reese's boundaries, even though they might seem a little arbitrary and strict. Isn't that right, Stella? You can kick me all you like. It won't change my bold attitude and outgoing personality. You know, Doc, I feel pretty okay. I don't think having people over is all that rough on me. We'll see how you feel in an hour. Reese is a talented artist. You must be very proud of him. He has a lot of skill, honed through practice and dedication. I can't say I understand a lot of his pieces, but of course I'm proud. Thanks, Doc. He calls his mom Doc. That's sad. Does no one in this town have two parents? Dr. Kelly's glare intensifies. Small towns are full of drama. People meet when they're young and reckless, and it doesn't always work out long term. Plus, these hills are dangerous, and the job's even more so. Things happen. Not everyone gets some fairy tale ending. You can find happy endings anywhere, though. It doesn't have to be perfect, but people can still be happy even if bad things happen to them. I guess living in denial is kind of a happiness, sure. There's no need for everyone to be so tense. Everything's okay. We're all just here to have a nice dinner. Speak for yourself. Fuck, really, it's fine. You're right. I haven't been giving this a chance. Thanks for putting this together, Dr. Kelly. I don't usually have to cook for so many people. I'm just glad there's enough for everyone. It reminded me of what it used to be like when these two would come over, hungry teenagers, eating me out of the house and home. I should have charged your parents for all the food you kids went through, honestly. It was like I was running a restaurant, not a doctor's office. Why didn't you want me poking around the clinic? You seemed awfully guarded about me checking out that door. Because it's closed? Doctors don't usually just let people wander around their clinics. Of course, Dr. Kelly, we would never. I'm sure Mary's just joking, right, Mare? You know, I can't say I ever felt drawn to that place before, but the secrecy is starting to make it feel awfully compelling. Stella, don't you think of getting any ideas from Myrrh? No one is playing hide and seek in my private offices. Not today, not ever. Myrrh, she doesn't need any more bad influences. Yeah, but what if it's haunted? This place was built of an old Civil War hospital, right? It was a TB clinic too. Double haunted? I can't believe I never went ghost hunting here. Are you sure you don't want us to check it out? We'll have a whole bunch of extra experience after tonight. It's not haunted. Now drop it. What were Stella and Kanika like as kids? Noisy and messy, like all kids. And they always had those little projects, videos or crafts or animal rescues, whatever it was that had captured their imaginations that week. So like I said, noisy and messy. Didn't we bring a dead squirrel into your house once? Oh god, not the squirrel. I remember that squirrel. Didn't you think the doc could Frankenstein it back to life or something? I was like 12. I was very susceptible, got it, to what I saw in media, and very sad about that squirrel. That's one of those things that keeps me up at night. I still feel guilty about bringing that thing into your house, Dr. Kelly. I'm just glad you didn't make it a habit. How well do you know the habit, though? Not very. I'd know her a lot better if your family didn't seem to be so afraid of doctors. I can count on one hand the number of times she's been in my office. No wonder everyone but that old Edward Dean died so young. Hopefully, your mother was better about taking you to doctor visits. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something genetic at play. It's like much better to catch those things early. You're a doctor. Have you ever seen a dead body? What kind of question is that? I'm a doctor. Of course, I've seen a dead body. I have, in fact, seen many dead bodies. She's also the Scarlet Hollow coroner, so she's seen the dead body of everyone who's died in Scarlet Hollow, at least in the past few decades. I'm not a coroner. I'm a medical examiner. A coroner is an elected official. I'm just a doctor licensed to do autopsies. But it's not something I have to do very often, and not exactly what I'd call dinner talk, so let's drop it, shall we? So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Mary's still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone, just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have my friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it, I knew it! I knew this would be too much. Everyone, get out of my house, please. Just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. But we can't just leave him like this. Now is when he needs friends the most. No, now is when he needs me the most. I am his doctor and his mother. I know you care about him. I know that. And he knows it too. But all any of you would do is get in the way. So just leave, please. We have stuff to do anyways. Good. Then go away and do it so I can focus on taking care of my son. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. I hope you feel better soon. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. Something weird happened when I went to wash my hands. It was like I was forced to try and break into the clinic. Forced how? It was like something was making me go there. I wonder, was it like that carving in the pit last night before you had that seizure? It was kind of like you were hypnotized. It didn't really have a good angle from the top of that ladder, but I guess I'll take your word on it. Hypnotism seems like a step up from what we've been dealing with, though. I mean, I don't know. A lot happened last night, but the whole thing was very trance-like. I guess it was kind of similar. What if there's another carving in there? That'd be so weird. If there is, I wonder if it give you another vision. Maybe these things have something to do with the ditchlings. You're not suggesting we go poking around in there, are you? Of course I am. Maybe tomorrow. I am not breaking into Dr. Kelly's clinic based on a bad vibe Murgot. There's something seriously wrong with that dynamic. That's probably the understatement of the week. This whole thing is fishy. I'm starting to feel my fear of Dr. Kelly is a little more justified than I thought. She's just overprotective. I'm sure that's all that's going on. And she has every right to be. I mean, the poor guy took 2 bites of food and got sick immediately. I can't imagine what that's like for both of them to go through. Look, I'm just saying maybe there's more to their dynamic than just him being sick. But it's not like there's much we can do about it right now. We could probably go back and forth on this for a while. Let's grab Gretchen and get going. The sun is setting and we wouldn't want to miss a second of ghost action. Stella hurries off down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening street. Lit by the orange hues of the setting sun, the library feels different. What was once a quaint building in a small town now stands as an imposing structure, its walls holding something that stares back at you with menace. Maybe Kanika is right. Maybe ghosts aren't real, and the rest of tonight is going to be a pleasant break from the events of the past few days. Your fists have gotten you this far. If there is something in there, you can take it. A ghost hunt seems like the perfect place to sneak in some smooching under the guise of splitting up and searching for clues. Maybe a special someone might be interested in breaking off from the rest of the group. Just as its exterior was intimidating in the setting sun, the inside of the library is dark. Its shadows deep and foreboding. Foreboding? The meet and greet with the mayor ended quite some time ago, and the throngs of visitors took whatever joy was in this place with them as they left. Hey Oscar, are you back yet? Shh, you can't yell in a library. It's against the rules. It's after hours. Rules only apply before 5 p.m. Now it's our domain. Hey, you're just in time. Rosalina's situated in the back room. Alexis is gonna keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted out. I'd love for her to be able to sleep in her own bed tonight. How's she doing? She's not quite as chipper as she was when she was on the stronger meds, but she's still doing surprisingly well. Alexis has been by her side non-stop. She's been a really good friend. Rosalina and I are both lucky to have her right now. I'm glad she's back home, at least, and we'll be able to get her back into real home in no time. I've come fully loaded. I got my EMF reader, temperature gauge, spirit box, infrared camera, UV light, video camera, salt, flashlights for everybody in case the ghost messes with the electricity, parabolic microphone, sharpies and paper for automatic writing, matches and candles for the rituals. Oh, and a Ouija board. Ouija board. I know they're toys, but you never know what might come in handy. Wow, this is a lot of ghost hunting stuff for something that was so last minute. Do you have this stuff ready to go in bug out bag or something? Of course I do. I actually stashed a couple of bags here overnight after I got back from the mines. Excuse me? I wasn't about to carry everything around all day. This way we can go in light and pop out to grab more stuff once the things are getting spooky. I might never have found any compelling evidence of ghosts, but that's not for lack of trying, and after last night I'm more than ready to try again. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Avery, glad you can make it. The more pairs of hands we have, the more equipment we can carry. Sure thing, always happy to offer a hand or two. I hope you aren't taking this as seriously. I hope you aren't taking this as seriously as everybody else is. I need someone else to be rational with. Whoa, is that an EMF reader? I've never seen one in person. Look at all this stuff. Spirit box, parabolic microphone. Y'all really covered all your bases. Oh no. Hey man, I'm as rational as they come. I'm just not ready to rule out weird paranormal stuff. When people tell me they saw ghosts, who am I to say they didn't? I mean, just last night, y'all apparently saw some truly unexplainable stuff, so anything seems possible right now. The aliens are back! There could always be a rational, non-supernatural explanation to what I saw last night. Like aliens. Oh yeah, I could see that. No, I was kidding, dude. Nope. No way, we're not going down that route. It was just a mind collapse. Sure, we all got a little riled up in there, but the knocking is just what happens before a mind collapse. There's nothing supernatural or extraterrestrial about that. But what if it was a buried spaceship rising from the ground and disturbing the mind, causing the collapse? Gotta keep an open mind, that's all I'm saying. Oh, that's a good one. I'm writing that down in my notes. Can't rule anything out. You're all messing with me, aren't you? Never. This dude he actually came. Yo, don't run off ghost busting without saying. No way I was gonna forget your promise, Stella. Saying, glad you could make it. Yeah, we're also happy to have you here. I was confronted with my own mortality for the first time yesterday, so I'm desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind. Now let's go mess with some ghosts. I hope my house is big enough for 6 ghost hunters at once. If this is everyone, we can go ahead and get started. It's through the back, follow me. Looks like the sun has almost set. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been back inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. Hey, you're not doing this without me. If there's a ghost, I want to see it with my own eyes. Sorry, Mr. Gutierrez. I tried to stop her, but she was really convincing. Oh, hi, Zane. What's up? Yo. Rosalina, you're not supposed to be out of bed. What the hell? You're seriously injured. Exactly. You should just rest. We'll have this taken care of in a few hours. I've done enough resting, and it's not like hobbling around in the library is any different than hobbling around our house. I miss being there. I miss feeling home. You shouldn't be hobbling around at all. Just take it easy until you're more healed. I've gotta learn to walk around eventually. Might as well start while I'm still on pain meds, and our house is 1 story. It's not like I'm climbing Everest. Oscar size. The answer is no, Rosa. You need rest. As if. I can't get any rest in that crappy little back room. I want our house back. I'm coming with you. crappy? Since when do you use language like that? And we have this taken care of. Nearly half the town is here to help. What are you gonna do, old man? You can't stop me. I'm injured, remember? I'm not that old. You better turn around or I'll ground you. Dad, I'm pretty sure I'm grounded as I can get. And I'm fine. This doesn't even hurt. I don't feel anything. That's because you're on painkillers, Rosa. It doesn't mean that... But Rosalina ignores him, grimacing but confident as she hobbles forwards on her crutches. Oscar says and does nothing to stop her. Okay. You'll all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Following photos lined the walls, and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be non-supernatural. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture. But I'll set up a camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. You might want to save your cameras for Rosalina's room. I've seen the ghost manifest. I wonder if the ghost will even show up with this many people around. But wait, is it just me or does it suddenly feel colder? It sure does. I definitely feel that. Same, I've got chills. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple of degrees colder, but that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than other parts of the house. Whoa, a genuine cold spot? I gotta snap a pic for posterity. Thank God Sane is here. We would all die without him. Is that it? This isn't very scary. Hey, Rosalina, if the ghost mostly manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? I've only seen the stain. That made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. I wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up shop in the library. Even if there is something back there, I'm not scared of it. I'm mad at it. Y'all are so brave. I'd be terrified sleeping somewhere that might have ghosts. Sure, the ghost is just scared because I'm here. It knows it doesn't stand a chance. Maybe it's chill. I know if I were a ghost, I'd be mad chill. If you saw what I've seen, I don't think you'd be saying that. That's an interesting point though. What if ghosts are usually friendly and they're only terrifying because they don't know how to be anything else? Yeah, like, I know if I were a ghost, I just vibe. But what if my vibes were bad and I didn't know it? I shudder to think of the possibilities. Oscar takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. Feeling again. Like the mines, like the door to the clinic. A dusty, suffocating, dizzying feeling. Something is in this house. Though whether it's a ghost or something worse, you aren't sure. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Weird. I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count, and it just keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we just cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Maybe we have to scrub it out first. Could that be normal? Paranormal stuff will activate if we give it a reason to. Oh, good idea. If y'all are offering a free carpet cleaning, be my guest. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? In a house owned by the government? Nope. I am not messing with their carpets. I'd rather scrub ghost blood out of it every day than have the government take me to court after destroying their property. It could be a good idea. This could be a sign of structural damage, and I'm sure the government would rather know about it than wind up being a bigger problem down the line, right? Plus, there might be something written under there in blood. Only want to wait to be sure. Yep. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. Oh dear. Gretchen is having a snack. You're doing the government a favor, really. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained in reddish brown. What? If there isn't a ghost after all, what if somebody lives down there? Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. A hatch! A hidden hatch? This is even better than finding a message. But there's no basement in this house. At least we weren't told about a basement. And look, all the red stuff is coming from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted. Alright, you've got a basement to chock full of ghosts, and I can just feel it. Still no readings though. None of the equipment has made a sound. Of course not. Y'all know last month was super rainy. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever it is under that hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water dissolved the caulk around the edge and leaked through to the carpet. And it's red because North Carolina has red ass dirt. It's as simple as that. You're in denial. It's not mud, it's blood. Human blood. I tested it. Oh, maybe you tested wrong? It can't be blood, right? Whatever it is, I need to know what's down there. I need to know what's been under my bed all these years. Yeah, there's an old hatch in the floor that someone tried to seal up. We're not leaving until we've explored every nook and cranny. Have you considered they may have tried sealing it up because it's unsafe? Uh-oh, do you think the flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost hunting, but I don't know if I could crawl into another dangerous crevice. I'm going for it. You come to in Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is, and your friends are nowhere in sight. The building feels colder, and there's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale with an undercurrent of mold and earth. You feel claustrophobic, as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what a little oxygen is left. Hello? Is anybody there? There is no reply. Call somebody. Call Stella? Eddie? What? You can hear something drop violently on the other end, and then a dial tone. Kanika? Eddie? When you called Stella during the same first. What is happening? I've been looking all over for you. Where did you... What? Why are you saying that? Huh? I didn't say anything. Yeah, okay, I get it. Pulling a funny little prank on your poor long-suffering cousin, playing some creepy old-timey radio clip over the phone. Did Kanika put you up to this? Whatever, just come home. I'm sick of chasing after you. Hello, Hello? Is this some kind of prank? Franklin, come listen to this. Is that some kind of old-time radio show? But it's just repeating the same phrase over and over. Somebody's trying to creep us out. Now hold on just a minute. Ain't this area code from... I'll be damned. Listen here, Mur. We know that's you. You've got some nerve calling in with a juvenile prank like this. Damn if it ain't creepy though. Eddie? Eddie? Repeating like that. Do we know any Eddies? Just hang up, Hugby. Gotta keep these lines clear for real callers. We'll deal with Mur later. You put your phone away. This clearly isn't getting you anywhere. I guess I'll look into Rosalina's room? Whatever just happened was weird, but your friends are probably still in Rosalina's room. You head further into the house. That is not Rosalina's room, is it? Something is right. It feels like a late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet. The scent of flowers drifts on the breeze. Hey, Stella! Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Holy shit, Stella, you scared me. Oh. Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardine now. I'm not a child anymore. Snap her out of it. What? You grab Stella by the shoulders, attempting to shake her from her trance, but as you try to pull her shoulder, it's as if she's held back by invisible ropes. I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone, and you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here, of all places. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what father might do. Snap her out of it harder. You pull with all your strength, digging your heels into the strange shifting earth beneath you. You feel the invincible rope snap. Help me! Get me out of here! It hurt! You can hear the ropes tighten again around her. Your physical strength is meaningless here. I can't. It's not that easy for me. My brothers were sent to Normandy, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. I know you still love me? You should just get out of town while you can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. I'll get you out of here, Stella, I promise. I guess not. She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. You're alone again in this strange garden. I guess I'm gonna follow her. What else am I gonna do? You move to follow the narrow path through the foliage. As you step forward, a single door, standing solitary in the middle of the garden, appears in front of you. Enter? You walk up to the door and open it. Well, this isn't much better. The Tommyknockers are here. Bells ring as cacophony rages outside. The door in front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. Oh, I saw this in the garden too, yeah. Junior, pack your things, quickly, hurry. Maybe we should run him out on a rail too, make an example of the whole family. Rush the shade in the corner. Only you don't actually go anywhere. It's suddenly as if the floor beneath you has become a treadmill, and try though you might, you find yourself comically running in place. Please, he's only a child. We'll leave peacefully, just give us a little time. They were only children too, my boy was in there. Why should I give Junior here all the time in the world to gather his little toys and fancy clothes? My boy didn't have that kind of luxury. If you're going to be mean about it, maybe I won't pack. Don't listen to him, Charlie. Just keep packing. Looks like the others are on their way. Better hurry, boy. Or you and your little dolls here might get burned up. What makes you think you're gonna be keeping any of those valuables you're packing in that fine suitcase of yours? I'm not scared of you. Trust me, boy. The coppers ain't coming here tonight, and what makes you think you can talk to an adult like that? Maybe they should have had you working in the mines too, instead of lazing around in this big house. Maybe you would have learned a thing or two about respecting your elders. This feels like a very bad trip. Don't talk about my son like that. Don't talk to me like that, woman. I call the shots. Now let's get out, unless you want to go up in flames while all your precious jewels and expensive dresses. You're lucky I'm even letting you live. Am I supposed to be you? It's okay, Charlie. You can make new ones, even better than these. It's good for him. Shouldn't be playing with dolls anyway. Now you're gonna have to earn your keep, just like the rest of us, boy. No more big inheritance for you. Alexis and Rosalina are whisked away, leaving you behind in an empty room. As they depart, the front door stops pounding and opens into a beckoning white void. Before you have the chance to think, another door creaks open, what you thought was on the ceiling. What the fuck? There you are. Oh, hey, Wayne. I missed you. I sure missed you a lot. This is quite the maze, isn't it? And absolutely crawling with these miserable little parasites. Huh. Bottom feeders. You try to get a bead on a good angle of attack, but the strange geometry of the room has you at a loss. I guess I'll talk because I can't move anyway, it seems. Ugh, not you again. Is that any way to create a potential ally? You don't look very ally-like to me, sorry. As he approaches, a smell hits you, sweating, suffocated flesh with a tinge of the saccharine and stomach-churning scent of decay. Shall we find the end of this little maze? Walk forward into the void. There's no need for you to run away from Wayne. You step past him and walk into the void. Oh, this looks nicer. You're outside, and it's night. A false moon looming massive in the patient sky. Wayne is gone. The night feels thick and warm. The insects lively. Their calls unnaturally tinny. Everything feels warped and wrong, like you're listening to a record fished from the bottom of a pond. Unless your eyes are playing tricks on you, the shadows in the corner keeps coming closer. Oh hey, Kanika. You poor dear. I've been keeping track of you, scuttling around town like a tomcat. You've fallen hard for Miss Edwardine, haven't you? Oh god. There's no need to be embarrassed. Your secret is safe with me. You know, I never did approve of what the scars did to your family. What it did to the two of you youngins. Childhood sweethearts. Just think how lovely it would be if you could just be happy together. That's what you want, isn't it? I guess I'll listen to you. I'm sure by now you realize the young lady doesn't plan on leaving with you. But it's not for lack of desire, as you well know. It's Enoch. Even if you dragged her over the town limits, his hold over her would make sure neither of you were ever happy again. Just think of what happened to your poor mother and father. Do you want that to be the two of you? I'm so confused. Enoch is one of my ancestors, right? I think I read about him yesterday. The powers at work here are stronger than even your love could withstand. You need to break the bonds holding her here, then you can both go free. No more misfortune, not for you, not for anyone else bold enough to step foot outside the hollow. Kanika mimes handing you something, though her hand is empty. Everything you need to know is on that map. Thank you, I shall do as it says. That's where you'll find them. You need her there. And be careful. Good luck to the both of you. I hope you get your happiness. And then she's gone. Hey again! It's trying to get rid of me. It'll have to try harder. I'm hearing him out. What's doing this? A resonant, a ghost, whatever it is you call it. The leftovers of a human existence, festering and forgotten, feeding on the energy of more powerful beings to do this. Pathetic. Why are you following me? Clearly you need protecting. I'm just looking out for you. So you and Tabitha, huh? That was the thing. This body knew her well. What the hell is going on in this town? I'm sure you'll be able to piece it together soon enough. I'd rather you find out on your own first. That's the only way you can really know who to trust. And then I can finally tell you more. There's so much to discuss when that time comes. What are you? I'm a friend. Oh! Do you know the way out? I will soon, but in the meantime, you have nothing to fear. I'm watching over you. I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried about my friends. The people you only met 2 days ago, I'm sure if something happens to them, you'll recover soon enough. It's not as if your bonds are stronger enough to leave a mark when broken. Whatever that means. You continue forward through the uncanny underbrush. Once again, you find yourself separated and alone. A long wooden corridor stands before you, littered with bottles and rails. I don't know if it's right to do the voice for this scene. A figure rises to attention, blocking your way. I'm afraid he doesn't have long. If there's anything you need to say to him, say it now. As Zane is swept away, the room pulls itself to you, and you find yourself looming over a deathbed. Oscar lies in its center, looking pitifully small. I'm sorry, boy. Sorry I let my troubles drive your mom away. And sorry those troubles mean I'm leaving you all alone now. Jesus, that looks excruciating. Damn it, Junior. How many times do I have to tell you? I tried to stop it from happening, but that damn snake, Enoch, went behind my back. I know there's like a lot of lore and a lot of history here, but I am so confused about like everything. How do I know how to stay? How do I know what to say? Like, how do I know how to play along? Dad, it's okay. You're right. I've been using that excuse for too many years. At a certain point, a man has to accept when he's dug his own grave. They may have run me out, but they didn't put the bottle in my hand. Still, they destroyed our legacy, boy. Both our names are cursed with that history. I'll be dead and gone soon, but I won't be able to rest. Not until our name is cleared. Not until you can pass on this name with pride. This is my only request, Charlie. Go back there. Tell people the truth. Try to find proof. I don't know what you'll have to do, but please. I know I ain't been the best father, but I'm no murderer. Huh. Is that why you were getting close with Edwardine in the garden? I am so confused. Who are you? What is happening? Damn it, boy. I may not have it till morning. Promise me. Promise you'll go back and at the very least show that Enoch bastard what for. Nope. Oh. You watch as Oscar's body seizes and falls through the seats, taking the rattling pile of bottles with him. Such theatrics. Oh, you're back. What a waste of my time. Why force you to see any of this? People always think that their own experiences are so important, but what does any of it matter? I've been hearing you out, so yes. Ain't no way I can flirt with Wayne. So, you still seeing Tabitha, or are you single? Wayne stares at you, his reflective pupils shining through the veil. What an interesting question. What is going on? You keep disappearing. It's doing its best to keep us apart, but I have a feeling it'll be over soon. Then the exit won't be hard to find. Do you know what it's trying to tell me? Yes, and it's trivial. Don't worry yourself with it. Are my friends dead? They're alive. I'm not sure if they'll stay that way. I guess I'll see you when I see you. It shouldn't be hard to find you again. You move back to the bed to quietly leave through the hole Oscar left behind to crawl through. Oh, it's like really close now. You find yourself pressed uncomfortably against a trellis. A small castle sits off to one side of the wall, and the bars of a prison loom over all of it and all of you. Climbing up the trellis again? How very Romeo and Juliet of you. Oh, hey Avery. No need to run off. I won't tell the old man. Though, you've gotten sloppy. You should try to be more careful if you don't want him putting you in an early grave. I'd like to see the old man try. No, not one of her brothers. I'm a prisoner, another victim of Scarlet's lies, like you. Charles Shaw. Wayne, where are you? A mere generation makes no difference. His blood runs in your veins, does it not? And now it runs in hers. Yes, it seems like your little trysts bore fruit. And oh, Will you ever be in trouble when the old man finds you? I don't follow. I haven't been following. I will not follow. You know, you don't have to keep dangling there. Come inside. You'll be able to hear me through the door just fine. The world around you swirls, and you find yourself pulled to the other side of the wall. A door bound by countless locks and chains pulsates before you. I am not messing with those locks. That's not what I invited you in for. I couldn't escape even with your help. I merely wanted to offer a warning. Leave town now.
You can't tell me what to do.
You can't take her with you. It's not possible. You can always stay and die. If I were you, I would use my healthy legs and run as far away from Scarlet Hollow as possible. I hear the beaches are nice. Why don't you take a permanent vacation there? I'd kill to go to the beach right now, dude. You've been talking to the witch then. How very interesting. Do witches love bee? Hey! Stella's back. Charlie, get away from the door. Don't listen to it. I'll listen to whoever I dang will please. How does it know that? What? Interesting interpretation. Just tell me what's going on. The Resonant is doing enough of that. It's giving you all the important details. There's not much more to be said. Are you absolutely sure about that? Like, I think there's a lot to address here. I get the feeling we're nearly at the end of this little maze. Stay close. There's more? Wayne disappears into the dark corridor. You follow close behind. For the first time, you and Wayne enter a new room, unseparated. The two of you finding yourselves huddled under a large table. Stella stares through you as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from the ends of the table. They're so lovely. Are you sure I can't keep one? You must have worked very hard on them. This one is extra creepy. Is she doing a baby voice? Just let the scene play out. There's no use trying to communicate, whether with the Resonant or your little friends. Okay, I'll try to keep it away from my brother so he doesn't smash it, though I wish I could make it move like you can. And you can even do the voices, you know? You could probably make real money if you put on a show for people. If we're nearing the end of things, do we have a plan yet? Please don't engage with it while I try to find another door. A traveling show? And you'd want me there too? Oh, we could go to towns along the beach. I've heard the Outer Banks are the most beautiful place in the world. I have nothing to say to you. You quietly let the scene finish playing out. Thank you, Charlie. I've always wanted to see the ocean. Oh, everything crashes to a thunderous black before you or Bane can get in another word. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh hey. Ooh. That was great! A single spotlight remains, illuminating a trapdoor in the center of the stage. You feel drawn to it. It opens. You feel a shove from behind and tumble through the hatch. It took some digging, but it's there. The map was right. That means there's hope, Betty. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. Huh. I wonder what you will do with that. We can be happy together. Ready? Ben is gone once again. There's nothing here but you and the howling void.
Alright, we're in court now?
Do you repent for your crimes? No. You must answer for the crimes committed by your scarlet blood. Until you do, I cannot die. I want to die, please. I have been alone in the dark for so long. All I ask is for some of your years. To pay for the years that were taken from us. From me. My life was stolen from me. I want some of yours. It's only fair. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Forfeit your years, and I will finally leave. I don't understand. You will live a shorter life, and I will finally be satisfied. I will have justice. I will finally die. I will leave this house at last. This is bullshit. But the spirit ignores your protestations. The sentence has been handed down. Make your choice. A smell hits you, that now familiar wet, unwell odor. You're interrupting? I'm apparently about to repent for my sins, so... What an annoying pest you are, but you couldn't keep me out for long. It seems we've exhausted its power. Holding all these bodies hostage must have been quite taxing. Come along, Mer. It's desperate, but it has no power over you. There's no need to bow to the will of such frayed and broken consciousness. Leave it to fester. What about my friends? What happens to them if I just leave? They've already left. They're not a factor in this. But I can't just leave the ghost here. You can. Where will Oscar and Rosalina live if the ghost stays? Don't give years of your life for something so insignificant. Just sacrifice years of my life for them to live in this house? Nope. You're right. I want to help, but I just can't justify the cost. You don't need my help. Close your eyes. Feel for the stairs. You close your eyes. You fumble in the darkness, reaching out your hand and grasping at the air until your palm finds wood. It's the staircase. You can feel it under your hands. You begin your ascent. Good. You made it out of the pit. This overpowering smell returns as you place a confident foot on the wooden floor of what you assume must be Rosalina's room. You open your eyes as you try to hold your breath. I'm still seeing things. I am still seeing things. You feel a firm, strong hand on your back. You're close to safety. Don't fall for it. Keep feeling your way out. Forward, whatever. You continue. You feel the doorframe under your palm, and then the sturdy walls of the wall hallway beyond. Wind's palm continues to gently urge you forward. You stumble into the corridor between the annex and library. The real world is swimming back into focus. Good. The main door's just ahead. You feel a shove as Wayne pushes you forward. You fall towards the entrance, your legs still unsure of the ground beneath you, and the doors fly open. You're outside. It's real this time. A cool autumn breeze blows small piles of dried leaves across the steps of the library. You made the right choice. It would have been so easy to fall for its tricks. I'm proud that you didn't. Be seeing you. So, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, you just leave. Don't tell me anything. I didn't even want to know. I like being confused, actually. He leaves before you can say anything in response. Thank God you made it out, Mer. I went to get Mom when I realized you hadn't left the library with the rest of us. I figured if anyone knew what to do, it'd be her. I see someone beat me to the punch. It sounds like you've had quite the evening. My bones weren't meant to be bent like that. I'm gonna be hurting for a few days at least. Rosalina's pain meds are in there. I hope Dr. Kelly is still awake. We'll need replacements right away, especially after everything that just happened. We'll have to figure out where we're going to stay. Oh god, this was such a disaster. You and Rosalina could always stay with us, Mr. Gutierrez. That's a very kind offer, Alexis, but I'm afraid the strains would be too much for Rosalina. It said stairs, not strains, and I wouldn't want to impose on your parents like that. It's just a lot to ask. I can figure this out. Did they see what I saw? I wasn't about to give up part of my life to make amends for something I didn't do. It's okay, it's just a house, and we don't even own it. And even if we did, that ghost was asking for quite a down payment. Oh, so I guess they did. Oscar's right, and besides, there's no walking this back. The spirit is far too strong for that now. I'm really sorry we couldn't get rid of your ghost, Oscar. Don't apologize. I wouldn't want to lose something that important for a rental unit owned by the state. Honestly, if it makes you feel better, I don't think I would have lived with the guilt if you had made that choice. Are you sure you can't take up Alexis's offer? Oscar sighs. You're right. I'm gonna peace out, back to back encounters with my own mortality. I've got a lot to ponder. See ya, Rosalina. See ya, Alexis. Zane walks off down the road. To think that ghosts are actually real, Stella's got to be over the moon right now. Actually, wait, where is Stella? She's right there. Oh, she's just standing there by herself. That isn't like her. Is she okay? I was wondering the same thing. We just saw a ghost, and she's just standing off by herself. Which, like, fair, that'd be a normal reaction from anyone else who had just seen a ghost, but this is Stella we're talking about. I mean, didn't they all get possessed? Like, go talk to Stella. You walk over to Stella. Oh, hey, Mer. I'm so sorry I couldn't get you out of there sooner. Sorry, I can't talk right now. See you later. No, come back. She hurries off down the road. I think she took the brunt of things in there. No wonder she's having a hard time right now. Should we go after her? I think she just needs some time to herself. Stella's never been the kind to share her burdens, and I doubt that'll change just because somebody goes chasing after her. If anything, I just make her climb up even more. She's a strong girl. She'll be okay. I'm honestly surprised that she and Zane are the only ones heading out right now. You've all been through something awful, and each and every one of you needs rest. Especially you, Kanika. We don't want that cold of yours to get any worse. God, what a disaster this whole night's been. I had no idea it would turn out like this. I'm so sorry, everyone. Stop apologizing, Dad. We're the ones who don't have a house anymore. We don't even have the library. I spent a lot of time with Wayne in there. Yeah, I noticed. We could smell him. What happened? Did he hurt you? He crushed a ditchling under his foot? It was actually kind of hot. Oh my god, gross. Ew. I get it, some people are into the thrill of danger. We don't need to trouble Murray for the details. No one pay any mind to that man. He's just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. I'm really sorry, Oscar. I'm really sorry, Rosalina. It's okay. Worse things have happened to people, and the price was just too high. We'll find a way to pick things up. I know you did everything you could for us, Mur. It probably was smart not to trust that ghost anyway. You won't have to do it alone, Oscar. You can help yourself to whatever you need from the store. Yeah, I'm sure Aunt Winnie and I could help out too. This is a good town full of good people, Mur. We won't let this ruin Oscar. Were you all conscious the whole time? Everyone glances at each other. Yeah, It was awful, kind of fun too, but mostly awful. I'm pretty sure we remember everything, at least up until that guy showed up and snapped us out of it. Wayne, he's been following Mur around. What did he say to you? Like I said, let's not trouble Mur about him. Just stay away, all of you. What do we do about the library? We can always board it up until the ghost goes away, right? The mines were boarded up, and that just made us want to go down there even more. We can't just tell them it's mega haunted, even if folks believe us. That'll just make them want to investigate for themselves. Maybe we just say there's a gas leak. So, is there a chance this goes away on its own? I'm not really an authority on these things, but it doesn't seem interested in fading away. Okay, that's settled then. We board it up. We say there was a gas leak. And just hope no one gets curious, I guess. It's the best we can do for now. What was it like, being puppeted? Theo counts away. It hurt. Why didn't I make the kids stay behind? I can't believe I let that happen to them. Dad, this might be an overwhelming pain and exhaustion talking, but shut up. I love you. None of this is your fault, okay? I have no idea what I was going to say until the words were already spilling out. It was like I had no control over myself. I remember each and everything I said. It's like it was burned into my memory. You poor souls. I can't begin to imagine what you've all been through. Do any of you know who you were supposed to be? No idea. The words just came out. There was no context, nothing. But there was a weird feeling, like an overwhelming guilt. I was so angry. I was mostly just scared. I didn't feel any of those things. I felt... I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. I was just cold. There was another carving in there. They keep giving me visions. It's a pretty weird coincidence, right? Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. You've been finding carvings around town and they've been giving you visions? I remember you mentioning that this morning. There's more than one of those things. I'm sure everyone here could stand around theorizing about this and that all night long. There's plenty of time for that tomorrow. Mur, I'd love to discuss the visions over tea. We should probably get going. It's starting to get chilly out, and I don't want to keep Alexa's parents up too late. I'll be over later tonight with some bedding and hot tea, and I'll have Miles bring you groceries in the morning. Don't be a stranger, and let us know if you need anything, okay? Thank you, that really means a lot. I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. But, Kanika, dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, Mur? Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Cool. Kanika really treks back to the general store. I'll be back in a moment to walk you home, dear. I just need to put the tea on and give your cousin a quick call. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. My whole body hurts, Mom. What was that? And I want a better answer than a ghost. You'll be alright. Let me get you some of that specialty. It's been working well, don't you think? I think ibuprofen would be better, but I gotta admit, the tea has been nice. Put the kettle on as soon as we get home. I guess it's just the two of us now. So you have no idea who you were? I could roughly place most of the other ones. None whatsoever, but I remember everything I said, and I remember that cold feeling. A prisoner of the Scarlets? I wonder what your family was up to back then. I guess we can add it to the ever-growing pile of mysteries. What do you remember? As far as I know, all of it I might start forgetting soon, but for now it's all fresh. The twisting wasn't the most pleasant, but even though I feel like I got tossed in a blender, it honestly made me feel so alive. So you don't regret coming along tonight? Look, That was a horrible experience that will stick with me for the rest of my days, and we failed to get rid of that ghost. But failure has a way of bringing people together. And hey, I got genuinely possessed back there. How many people can say they were possessed by a ghost? Next time we hang out, let's just do a dinner and a movie. Avery chuckles, then grabs at the ribs, wincing. Gotta admit, this probably brought us closer than any dinner and movie ever could. Nothing like shared traumatic experiences, right? But I guess we shouldn't aim to have any more of them. I'll make you some pesto and fettuccine. Seems like a much less dangerous way to spend an evening. I'll do the cooking. You won't even have to interact with knives. A zero danger date. I wouldn't say no to that. Anyway, I'd better head home and get some rest. I'm supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning. I might have to call in sick, but here's hoping a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. Avery heads off, leaving the square in front of the library empty. Oh, Sybil's back. Sybil returns not long after. Avery leaves. It's time to go back to the estate. Your cousin wasn't exactly thrilled to hear about what happened tonight, but I think I blunted her anger as much as I could. Shall we? I guess I have to. The night feels cold, the crunch of leaves beneath your feet deafening in the quiet wilderness. Let's stop here for a bit. These old bones need a moment to rest. There's witchnings everywhere. There are, and I'm afraid that they still would be this numerous even if you had managed to exorcise the spirit you encountered tonight. Its presence was merely a symptom of the rot in this place, rather than its cause. She knows a lot. People are unfortunately just going to have to get used to the sight of these things in the coming days. Are you a witch? She laughs, surprised by your question. I suppose some people might call me one, but I'm just an old woman who fancies herself a bit of a healer. That was a silly question, sorry. Don't be sorry, dear. I'm sure your mind is absolutely swimming with all sorts of questions right now. It's only natural to be curious. Edward Dean killed Charles Jr., but it feels like I'm only scratching the surface of things. What has my family done? Sure, I apparently know that. Oh yeah, I think the very end where I saw the vision of the woman hitting the man. Is that what the spirit showed you? Your family built one of the most powerful coal empires in Appalachia. Those sorts of things don't come about without betrayal and bloodshed. These are all assumptions, of course. I'm just an old woman who enjoys her tea, and the Scarlet Empire is far older than these rattling bones. If you want the bloody details, I'm afraid you'll have to find them yourself. That's enough rest for me. Let's carry on up for a bit. You and Sybil walk deeper into the woods. You're getting closer to the estate. One last rest and we'll get you home. What is Wayne? It's like I said, he's just a man. He is absolutely is not just a man. Ordinary men don't move like that. Ordinary men don't outclass you. Yeah, I got it, but is he single? Oh my god. Sybil is taken aback. Confusion and concern creeping into her expression. Be careful with that one, Mer. Don't do anything you might regret. He's ready for the wedding. He has a veil on and everything. Wayne didn't want me to make a deal with that ghost. Of course he didn't. Some people will never understand the kind of sacrifice that was laid upon the table tonight. If you'd gone through with the deal, it would have been an affront to everything he is. Huh? There was a stone carving of a goat's head and a pack of wolves in that basement. There was something similar in the mines last night too. A circle of arms in chains. Both of them gave me visions. Was there now? That's quite an interesting development. Perhaps we can discuss these visions over tea. My grandmother had a special blend that supposedly helped with dreams and visions. I'll be sure to have some ready by tomorrow. Maybe it'll help us piece those things together. You just believed me? Of course I did. These are strange times, Mir. None of us have the luxury to waste energy on doubt. Are you ready to get moving again? I am. This shouldn't be much further. You and Sybil trek through the remainder of the woods and find yourself on the outskirts of the estate. I'm looking forward to continuing our chat tomorrow, once you've had some time to rest. Good luck handling Tabitha. I tried to soften her up over the phone, but there's only so much softening you can do with someone that prickly. Bless her heart. Sybil heads back through the woods, leaving you alone to face Tabitha. You open the door to the estate as quietly as you can, only to find your cousin anxiously pacing in the foyer. She's been waiting for you. I see you finally decided to drag your sorry ass back here. I don't even know what to say. I've told you so many times to stay out of trouble, to keep me posted about where you were, to come home in a timely manner. What's the point of saying it all again? Clearly, you just don't care about how your actions affect me, and I don't know how to make you care. Tabitha, I need to talk to you about some stuff. Now's really not the time. Oscar's house was haunted by the ghost of George Shaw Jr., who was murdered by Edward Dean Scarlet. It wanted years of my life in exchange for leaving, but I wasn't about to give it what I wanted. Was there a gas leak in the library or something? Do you realize how ridiculous you sound right now? There were like 6 other people there, and they all got possessed. They can corroborate everything I'm telling you. This whole song and dance is getting real old, Mer. You go out, see something supernatural that I'm conveniently not around for, and then you come back crying about it as an excuse for abandoning me? Spent a lot of time with Wayne tonight. She's jealous. She's so jealous. Do you think mentioning that awful man is supposed to garner sympathy from me or something? So you do know him. Did I ever say I didn't? Did I ever say I didn't? He's a creep from a bad time in my life, and I do my best not to think about him, which has become an increasingly difficult task. I know you overthink, but I'm okay with sloppy seconds if you are. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, do not. Don't even talk to him. Jesus Christ. He's definitely into me. Oh my god. What a creep. If he tries to talk to you again, walk away. Don't engage. He's not a good dude, and you shouldn't trust anything he says. I keep finding these weird stone carvings and having visions around them. Visions? Have you been having seizures? God, please stop running off on your own to places I can't find you. If you have health problems, you really need to be careful. Who put them there? You expect me to know? They're probably some kind of ancient artifact. I'm not an archaeologist. Have you been getting enough sleep? You sound a little delirious. They've been telling me a lot about our family. I think we've done some terrible stuff, Tabitha. And all of it is probably in your imagination, because they're hallucinations stemming from either gas or, I don't know, your own guilt and exhaustion. City folk love to self-flagellate. What if they're what's making all of the supernatural stuff happen? I've yet to see any evidence of the supernatural. This feels like a distraction from me being mad at you. I think I should go to a doctor. All the passing out and visions and hallucinating, this could be a medical emergency. You know where Dr. Kelly lives. I only said this because maybe we can get to the clinic then somehow. And if you don't, just ask Stella. Maybe an appointment would be a good idea. That's pretty much it. Great, then I'm going to bed. Your cousin walks off, leaving you alone. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town. and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes back to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. now commands the entirety of City Hall, a swirling void of wrath and despair that people of this town will have to learn to ignore. Disaster looms its tallest yet over Scarlet Hollow.